Once again, good morning, everyone, and blessed Sabbath to all. Our devotional this morning will begin in an opening song, and an opening prayer will be given by Sister Katie. And our speaker for this morning is Brother Rob Aitkins. So often we think that only great achievements matter, but God values faithfulness more than greatness. He is pleased when we faithfully use the talents, opportunities, and responsibilities He has entrusted to us, no matter how small they may seem. And as we listen to God's message today, may we be encouraged to be faithful in little things, knowing that God can use them for His glory and multiply their impact. May the Lord bless us as we study His word. So we will now proceed to our opening hymn.
Let's pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we'd like to thank you for the wonderful connections that you've given to us. Thank you for um, guiding us throughout as we sleep and throughout last night, especially during the earthquake. And thank you for waking us up again this morning and for giving us new life and strength. We ask for your continuous guidance as we come together and worship you. And we also ask for guidance for the speaker as he imparts to us the first message that we will be hearing for this day. And please also guide our loved ones right with us. Please heal the sick. Please touch them with your healing hands. And please forgive us from the sins we have done. Thank you for always hearing and answering our prayers. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Good morning to all. Our devotional this morning comes from the book The Faith I Live By, and it's June 6, and the title is Faithful in Little Things. Our key text comes from Luke 19:17, and he said unto him, Well done, thou good servant, because thou hast been faithful in a very little, have thou authority over 10 cities. Talents used are talents multiplied. Success is not the result of chance or of destiny. It is the outworking of God's own providence, the reward of faith and discretion, of virtue and persevering effort. The Lord desires us to use every gift we have, and if we do this, we shall have greater gifts to use. He does not supernaturally endow us with the qualifications we lack, but while we use that which we already have, He will work with us to increase and strengthen every faculty. Through faith in the power of God, and through faith in the power of God. It is wonderful how strong a weak man may become, how decided his efforts, and how prolific of great results. He who begins with a little knowledge in a humble way and tells what he knows while seeking diligently for further knowledge will find the whole heavenly treasure awaiting his demand. The more he seeks to impart light, the more light he will receive. The man in the parable who received the 1 talent went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. It was the one with the smallest gift who left his talent unimproved. In this is given a warning to all who feel that the smallness of their endowments or their talents excuses them from the service for Christ. If they could do some great thing, how gladly would they undertake it? But because they can serve only in little things, they think themselves justified in doing nothing. In this they err. The Lord, in his distribution of gifts, is testing character. The man who had neglected to improve his talent proved himself an unfaithful servant. Had he received 5 talents, he also would have buried them as he buried this one. However small your talent, God has a place for it. That 1 talent, widely used, will accomplish its appointed work. By faithfulness in little duties, we are to work on the plan of addition, and God will work for us on the plan of multiplication. These littles or abilities will become the most precious influence in his work. So one of the first quotes this morning was, success is not the result of chance or of destiny. It is the outworking of God's own providence. So I'd like to share a story of George Mueller who in 1805 was known for founding orphanages in Bristol, England. He began with almost nothing financially. Over decades, he helped care for over 10,000 orphans and distributed millions of religious books and Bibles. What is notable is that Mueller believed that abilities themselves could be strengthened through use and faithful exercise. One of his guiding principles was to use faithfully what God has already placed in your hands. The talents given are a test of thankfulness and duty. If our relationship with the Master is appreciative, Then we grow in maturity and are rewarded and are blessed similarly in return, regardless of what little talent we have. Ellen White says this parable specifically relates to the time before Jesus comes in regard to faithful duty and reward of the steward. She emphasizes that small contributions of duty add to our work so that we have increased capacity in relation to the talents originally given. This is a picture of constructive increase and faithful labour, rebuilding rather than complaining, developing what talents are already usable. She emphasizes that the faithful use of one's personal talents leads to greater abilities and divine approval. Those who diligently use their gifts receive commendation from the Master with the words, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." But some of the rewards that the angel of the book of Revelation indicates is as being the final reward for each faithful steward is, "He that overcometh, the same shall be clothed in white raiment." In other words, cleansed from sin and our earthly lot. Another is, "To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God, which is eternal life." To another is, "To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the hidden manna, and will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written." In other words, a new name and a new status. And the final one is, "To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne." And this means sharing in rulership in God's kingdom. These are not small rewards to sit with God on his throne. The test of stewardship is about working cooperatively with the abilities we now have, and about God multiplying these same abilities that we use. This is our devotional, and God bless to all today.
And thank you so much, Brother Rob, for the wonderful devotional reading for this morning. And it is true that God does not measure success by the size of our talent, but by our faithfulness in using it. We should remember that a talent that is used grows, and a talent that is neglected is lost. The servant with one talent was not condemned because he had little, but because he did nothing with what he had. So we need to start where we are and use what God has given us and leave the increase to him. Remember, we work on the plan of addition, and God works on the plan of multiplication. Faithfulness in little things prepares us for greater responsibilities and greater blessing. And that's all for this morning devotional. And we will now proceed to our closing hymn, and the closing prayer will be given by our speaker.
Let us pray. Dear Father in heaven, thank you for this new Sabbath day. And in contemplation of the thoughts of this devotional, to imagine our position as sitting in heavenly mansions and reigning with God is no small reward or faithfulness for our duties here on earth. Lord, we think of the Bible characters like Joseph in Egypt, who also was blessed by God and yet received great responsibility as reward. We know that even our mental capacity can even be increased as we lay hold of the gospel treasures by faith. Lord, help us not just see the difficulties in life as a barrier of working with you, but being a testimony of God's goodness in our lives to others. May we use God's multiplication as our strength and our asset, and even the small responsibilities we may have, let us use them to the best of our abilities. And Lord, we also consider the story of George Mueller, who through faith continued doing a mighty work for you. Lord, we ask for eyesight to look for great possibilities with working for you. We thank you for past blessings, and may we also move forward in faith. And we ask for your presence this day, on this Sabbath day and this worship day. And may your presence be a blessing amongst our meetings, amongst our people. And we ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We would like to invite you once again to our Sabbath School and Sabbath program, and we'll have our international fellowship for this day. Our Sabbath School program will begin at 8 a.m. and the second service will be on 10:30. The afternoon program will continue for the children at 1 o'clock, and the closing of the Sabbath program will be on at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Once again, good morning and blessed Sabbath to all.